Hello, world! Let me just close the window here so I can shout louder. Hello, world! Okay, I'll open it again now because I've done with the shouting. Nice to see you all. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me, and that's what matters because I'm awesome. I also have with me 3 awesome players because, hang on, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, didn't miss anyone. Because it's another episode of the Boston Tea Party, even though we're in Australia now. So, oh, and we're doing it in Google Hangouts. What's happened here? This is new. Or old, rather. We're going old school for this session. Yeah, I just love the idea of being full screen when I talk because I'm a narcissist. So for those of you who are fans of Pair Geeks, we launched a video today. It's like a big channel update with loads of news and info and stuff, and just you've got to go watch that. And we also now have a fruit bowl. I think I'll just leave it at that. And other news and stuff, or just go check it out on the main channel. But here on channel 2, our second video of the day, in fact 3, because we released a video to the fruit bowls as well. In fact, did I release that today or yesterday? It might have been yesterday. Anyway,
Which one?
the mega game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It is released. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's on the path. Not the path. We don't say path. We say fruit bowls.
You released it to the fruit bowls. Yes.
Only to the fruit bowls because I didn't finish editing it. They get the shit.
It was hard.
No, they get good stuff too. Right. Gaming stuff. Should we do player introductions? Seeing as Jason's already butted in, let's do him first.
First. Okay. Well, my name is Jason. I'm playing Xerxes Polynices, who is even more outspoken and butting in than me. And he is very, very cool and awesome in so many ways.
Right, I got a wee little issue here. Oh, it says live here, but why does the chat not? I'm confused. I think I have more than one set. Hang on, technical problem with the setup. We are live, though. That's definitely the case, but the chat is on the wrong video. God damn it. Why are there 2? There we go. Hello, Lord Mobius.
It's not actually that hot today compared to yesterday.
Oh, you are kidding. It's hotter out there than yesterday.
I'm okay in here. It's tolerable. I'm not dousing my hands every 5 minutes.
This is my 3rd top today.
Yeah. I'm alright for some reason.
That was kind of too much of it. Well, basically, I had interview top on. That now needs washing too. I had it on for 2 hours. And just to cap it off, just as the guy walked in to say hello to me, I'd sat down on this sofa in their reception area, and the back of the sofa is behind a shelf at exactly head height made of, I don't know, marble or some shit. It really hurt. So I did the first part of the interview with a headache.
I thought you were going to say that when you got up, there was this massive sort of load of sweat left behind on it.
No. That's gross. Why would I tell people about the sweat patch? I'd keep that to myself. Also playing today, we have, now, I think it's about time we found out the new guy's name. I've had a chat with him on my off-air, and he's called Steve.
Steve. Steve is very happy to be playing.
It's of course Phil, but yes. Go say hello or something.
Yes, playing as usual, Angus Blackwell. He's in Australia for some bizarre reason. Currently, I still believe in a mobile crocodile city, and I think we're trying to take it over. So hopefully that's going to go well for us, like everything else has.
Okay. I'm sure it will. Is that your plan? You're going to try and take it over?
Why the hell not?
Take over the world.
Right, with you guys in Australia, I wouldn't be surprised if the entirety of Australia blows up. Now, did you introduce your character, Jason?
Yes.
Oh, you did? I must have not been listening. Ronnie.
I'll try to get the introduction somewhere between the chortles. Yeah, Ronnie here. I am playing Lord Percival Chamberlain, who started this grand campaign as the sort of well held together, buttoned up, calm, collected member of a troop, and has slowly, as disaster upon disaster has afflicted him, has gone just a little mad. Which is bad for Australia, possibly the world. I am this close to becoming a megalomaniac.
You could
Right.
Biography.
Sorry?
I was saying to Ronnie that Lord could write an autobiography.
Yes.
Lots of megalomaniacs do that.
Speaking of which, yours autobiography is in the form, of course, of court transcripts. Because in a few months' time, there you are in that courtroom, surrounded by many, many dignitaries, all with headphones on, getting translations in their ears. And it's all arranged in the familiar U-shape, from just as it was last time your mind flashed to this point in the timeline. And you're being cross-examined, and your eyes glance up to see the row of flags along the back wall. One flag each for every nation state, planet. And then underneath that, one flag each for every major corporation. And then more flags for the minor corporations, and it's a wall of flags that you hadn't noticed, but I don't know why you'd missed it. Anyway, you're being cross-examined. The incident, though, tell us about the incident. Specifically, the Australia incident, please. Thank you. Carry on. And your mind goes back to the end of last session, where you found yourself stood in front of that red window with the panels looking out over the nice sort of scene by the lake with the birds flying over the top, and you just sort of had all the kerfuffle with Crocodile having come to a grinding halt, and people are in a panic everywhere, when all of a sudden the whole city shakes a lot, quite violently, and then it kind of peters out and a decreasing sine wave type thing. What was that? You hear someone shout.
I think it was about a 7.4.
Well, earthquakes in Australia are not completely unheard of.
And it happens again, only this time it's even more violent.
It sounds like your city might be broken, dear chap.
Oh shit, you know what that is?
You've run out of Fosters?
This is a bad time for Croctown to come to a halt.
Why?
That's something, and it happens again, only now it's even more violent. The whole earth outside the window looks like it moved a bit.
Let me guess, it's Crocodile City's mother.
Nah, it's even worse than that.
His dad?
This can't be happening.
Oh.
Not now we come to a halt.
His mother-in-law?
It's Rue City.
Rue City.
Oh.
And we're stranded. All the things have stopped working.
As in a kangaroo.
As in,
Mechanical City.
we're in the way, Kangaroo City.
Are you telling me that here in Australia, you have a city that goes boinga, boinga, boing all over Australia?
Well, of course we do.
They must spill their tea an awful lot.
don't know. I'm not from Rue City, am I? Besides, who the hell drinks tea?
All the best people drink tea.
I wanted to kill lots of Australians now. And I don't give a 4x who fucking...
Teach these colonials so much if they'd only listen.
All right, you two. Well, look, the point is, let's hope that Rue City aren't short on Fosters. Because they're getting closer.
You don't understand. It's a long rivalry over whose city's the biggest. You see, last time, Rue City got designated the biggest city because it's taller, you see, but we're longer.
There's this like really awesome invention called the ruler.
Yeah, we know how big it is, but now every time we try to work out which city's the biggest, we have to try and agree on what metric to use. And, well, last time, Rue City won. Our guys all died.
Don't you have somebody who can calculate surface area?
Well, if surface area is the metric to use, yeah. But you see, the problem is that we have to agree which metric we're going to use to decide who's got the biggest city. And we do that with a big violent punch-up.
Oh, of course you do.
So last time they won and got elected the biggest. But you see, what tends to happen in between times is now they know all of our, big warrior guys they're already dead from last time. They're going to take advantage of that and steal all our barbecues.
Well, some might say a blessing in disguise.
Well, what the hell would we eat?
Tea doesn't naturally go with barbecues.
And the worst part is, we're about 4 weeks away from the charcoal. If we want to go and get more charcoal, we've got to travel a long ways. And at this moment in time, in case you hadn't noticed, the bloody crocodile stopped moving.
I go on my speaker, and say to the other two, okay, idea. This crocodile's obviously a lost cause. They're running out of food and the rest of it's about to be stolen anyway. Rather than take over this junkyard, why don't we pretend that we're prisoners from the Rue City and just get on there and reap the bounty?
All of a sudden, you hear a sound of ricocheting metal off the skin of the city.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that perhaps one of the cities is bouncing on top of the other.
Or very, very close.
Yeah, I think he's bouncing on it.
I think somebody's got to get up there and have a look.
Yeah, well volunteered.
I ain't going up there.
Well,
I've got things to do to get the city to work.
Oh, like
Before you
what?
can get the city to work.
Yeah, because we totally know how these things work.
Of course you do.
Well, yeah, you seem to be someone who walks around a lot in this part, so you must know a bit about it.
Well, I was on my way back from the barbecue alley. I ran out of Foster's in my door.
Well,
Well, show us the nearest way out, then we'll have a look.
At that moment, through the window, the window shatters and landing in between you all is a barbecue. So it just comes crashing through the window and lands between you all. Fuck me. It's artillery.
They're throwing barbecues at us.
Yeah, we're under attack.
Barbecues are so abundant to them that they use them as ammunition.
Well, what else are we going to use?
You nutcases, all of you. You don't even drink tea.
Probably the saddest part of it. It's all right,
Is
Lord
there-
Percival. Hold it together.
Is there any food that sort of is or was being barbecued?
As far as you can tell, the barbecue was emptied of charcoal before it was fired. There's no food on it.
Perhaps their
That's good.
barbecuing is that bad. They've all had enough of it.
Don't you get it? We got loads of this stuff in Australia.
I'm going to take a look out the window that this thing's just smashed through.
What you see as you look out the window is the shadow of a gigantic kangaroo being cast from the other side, from behind you somewhere. So the kangaroo is apparently stood over your city.
Okay. I can tell you now, Skippy doesn't give a fuck who's down the well. He's too busy looking down at us. That's I hate to break it to you guys, but this city's Rue City is currently number one for a reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably while they're trying to head for the water before Bruce City caught up with them.
So why don't we hitch a ride?
That's probably a good suggestion.
I like that idea.
There you are. I need help in the control room.
Let's help back to your padded cell, all right? Yes, certainly. We'll be there in a second.
It's only padded because it's a rough ride. No, really, you must come. I can't draw the controls quick enough to repair the damage you did to the city.
We didn't do any damage.
You pressed all of the controls, you idiot.
We pressed all the right controls, but
No.
not necessarily in the right order.
You've turned us into
I'll
sitting
give
ducks,
you that.
and now we're all going to die. Unless we can defend the city.
I was going to say, I'm going to take a look out of the window as well and see if there's any way of potentially climbing out of the eye.
Yes, you can climb down the out of the eye onto the crocodile's face. However, it is a hail of barbecues and tongs.
Well, surely these
Remember, I'm one leg short.
Oh yeah.
I lost my leg in the last session.
I look at the barbecue hoping that it has wheels of some kind.
Mounting me on the barbecue.
Two tiny little wheels.
Okay.
One static leg.
Okay.
Oh god.
I
point to
the barbecue and say to it, Gus, okay, you load him on, I'll check the coast is clear.
Yeah, really? I need you to draw controls.
But what about one of these guys? They can draw.
They're Australians that barely evolved past cave paintings.
Look, listen. The reason we can't draw the controls, but he can, is because we're in Australia. You need someone who can draw the controls upside down. We would draw the controls entirely the wrong way up.
Stop being so racist.
I'm being practical.
Wow. I can see that coming. Wow.
Well, surely all these barbecues can't really hurt this city. It's made of metal, and barbecues are pretty flimsy, really.
You can either help defend the city, or you can leave and fuck the GM's plan up. That's perfectly fine. I'll think of something. So the choice is with you.
Yeah, I'm already making my way out of the window.
Thanks. It took me about 12 minutes to prepare this session. You've just undone all of that work. Thank you. I say 12 minutes. I mean, there was some messaging.
Well, don't just leave, Xerxes. I can't lift this barbecue over. Lord Percival is a little bit weighty.
I'm not leaving. I'm seeing if the coast is clear.
Oh, good.
Or like if there's a way down the tail or something to get on the foot. I don't...
Can you see it? Can you see anything?
What you see from the eye of the crocodile is, I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to do a little thing here.
Are you going to give me really hard rolls in vengeance for messing up your plan?
I might need some dice rolls just to delay long enough to think of some shit, but not right now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw you, like you were asking like what you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a fucking crocodile and point out to you where you are. Right? Oops. I ran out of room. Doesn't matter. I'll improvise. Right? You are... Oh, hang on. Let me change colour. And the eye. The little red eye here. There you go.
Of course. Whereabouts is the kangaroo in conjunction to where I am?
Hang on then. Let's draw Roo City. It's
Draw like
standing...
a real Australian.
What does a kangaroo look like?
We're basically going to be running down its snout.
I'm working on it. You know, this is a work of art here. So, all right. For some reason, I've drawn his feet facing inwards because, you know, I felt the need to. So it sort of stood next to the crocodile.
Uh-huh.
This is such quality art. I don't think I could ever have done this when I was younger. Here you go. So it's kind of standing over the crocodile, ready to teabag it.
Okay. So presumably then the pouch would be relatively in line.
It's over the back of the crocodile.
Yeah. So essentially the pouch would be leaning over onto the roof of the city. Yeah. Okay. So I sort of shout through back through the eye and say, well, the pouch is an option.
And there's people chucking barbecues down from the head here, landing in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get their attention?
Really?
Barbecue tongue lands directly between your feet. Beds itself into the crocodile's skin.
Actually, I think I might have already got their attention.
Good. Give me a hand out with Lord Percival.
Okay, so I sort of lean back through and pull. You've had a few.
If we can get him up onto the head between the eyes, we'll sort of run down the back with him on this barbecue.
Yeah, and then try and launch off into the pouch.
That's what I like to see. A frontal assault.
Get them!
Yeah, totally a frontal assault, single-handedly by like 3 people.
Okay, let's go.
The last thing you hear as you leave the eye is him turn hang on, I know his name. I know it's Lord Botherington Smythe. Turned round to the Australian there and said, "Gather the men. We're going to stage not just 100-man fight this time. We are going to war." And you clamber over towards the center of the head, dragging this barbecue behind you and carrying Lord Percival. What I would like you all to do, though, is to try and dodge the barbecues on the way over. And that is going to be an agility plus athletics test, except for you, Lord. I'm going to apply a -800 modifier.
Right. Even -8 would have made it impossible, let alone a -800. I have a total of 6 for agility and athletics, and that's before any minuses for the one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
isn't he on the cart and we're pushing?
well, you kind of got to climb up first and stuff, and you were heading to.
I almost want to roll just to see if I get a double 1.
Do it.
So this is just to get you into position where you can run down the back of the crocodile.
I'll be doing double 1 next time. I got nowhere close.
Okay. How about the other two? Did you pass?
Yep.
I missed by 4.
Ah, you got hit by a barbecue as well.
Barbecue.
Yeah. You know, in fact, in your case, you get hit by a pack of frozen sausages for 5 points of damage. And Ronnie, you get hit by an entire frozen chicken. Now, hang on. It's not chicken, is it? Let's be honest. It's a koala for 8 points of damage.
Where are we hit point wise after the last one? Still where we were?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm flat on my back then.
I'm nearly flat. Yep. The vegetarians were right. Meat is murder.
I can't carry 2 of you.
I was only on 3.
I'm going to see if Augustus has a spare med pack that I could use on him.
I'm down to 2.
Med pack. I do have a med pack.
Oh, there you go. So you can just trigger that, and that gets you 10 hit points.
I've got 1 med pack as well.
You can also do the same.
Okay, so what does that give me?
10 hit points.
10 back. Okay.
What the hell was that?
That was some frozen sausages. Now let's get the fuck out of here.
They were import sausages.
British pork, obviously.
Yes, probably.
Oh, that's all right.
Makes everything okay.
Yeah.
All right, you get to the top of the crocodile.
I got hit by a fucking koala.
Frozen koala.
By a frozen fucking koala.
Okay. And
hangs off trees 364 days of a year. Barely makes a move. Somebody gets it, freezes it, and suddenly it's going at hyper bloody speed. Someone's paying for that.
you get on board the barbecue with the 2 little tiny dolly wheels and the 1 supporting leg. It's slightly bent and buckled from its impact with the window and then the floor. It's uncomfortable. Yes. The other 2, lifting up the barbecue so they can drive it along on the wheels, are hobbling down the back of this crocodile, dodging barbecues, frozen koalas, imported British sausages, and what the hell? That's a big one. Jason and Phil, you have a choice.
It's not a dingo, is it?
You can abandon Ronnie and easily dive out of the way, but he'll get hit. Or you can roll for it and try and maneuver out of the way and get hit by a frozen ostrich.
Question. Would we be able to dive out of the way, leaving Lord, but then use my telekinesis to push him further up?
I don't think you can lift that much weight.
Okay, that's fine.
Um, listen, guys.
Roll for it.
Listen,
It's also
no,
slow.
seriously. It's a case. This is now a case of either where we all run the risk of getting seriously smacked, or I can take the hit, and you two at least have a chance. You can hopefully get me to somewhere where you can revive me.
I think we've no med packs more between us.
Nope. Okay. I'll take that. Dive out of the way.
Okay, yeah, go on then. At least we can pick
Okay.
it
Yeah,
up.
I'm going to take the hit.
You cowardly dive out of the way in a heroic fashion. And then landing onto Ronnie is now. Here's the thing. This thing obviously is quite large. You're expecting to go unconscious here, and you're expecting it to be serious. But as it hits you, the moment after, you become aware that that was not a frozen emu. That was a rotten ostrich.
Oh,
And you now stink of decayed horribleness.
Lost my leg. I smell of rancid bird. And I'm in fucking Australia. And worst of all, I've not had a bloody decent cup of tea in weeks.
Then you get hit on the head by a can of Castle Mine 4X for 12 points of damage.
I am unconscious. That's exact. I had exactly 12 points left.
Well, at least you have something to wash it down with.
So I just had to give you hope for a moment.
Yeah, that's me down to exactly 0.
Okay, guys, what do you do?
Rushback, try to
Yeah.
pull the rotten ostrich off him.
Pick yourselves up and go back to him.
The ostrich pretty much exploded. On
Oh,
impact.
right, okay. I
It was at the point of bursting with pussy mucus.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please the can of loosely described beer to wash the handles of the barbecue off before I start pushing again.
You're in Australia, there is no beer.
No, that's what I said, the loosely described thing of beer.
Yes, you can.
Okay, in that case, I get the whatever drink you described. Try and get the bottle off him.
Yeah. You clean Ronnie off semi. He still stinks. Yeah, it's gross. And how are you gonna carry him or try to wheel him on the barbecue or toward the kangaroo pouch?
How far away from it are we now?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with, look, you can get there. The problem is, as you're approaching it, hopping up out of the pouch and abseiling down the side are a large number of men wearing very, actually, you think they're wearing trousers, but what you realize is that actually they just have really hairy legs. Like, obscenely hairy.
We really are leaving no stone unturned tonight. We're going all out. New levels of tastelessness, and I'm not talking about the food that's just been flung at us. Oh God.
Good. Okay, and presumably are they going to land on the crocodile?
Yes, they're going to land on the back of the crocodile.
Okay.
Do you proceed forward? Do you wait? Do you try to hide behind a metal crevice somewhere?
Would the barbecue be useful sort of as cover?
There's barbecues littering the back of this crocodile.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, I roll, get behind one of the barbecues and start shooting at them.
Okay. Phil, character's name, god damn it. I should know this by now. It's like session 10. That's it, Augustus.
Yeah, I'm going to pull Lord Percy and the barbecue down over, so come towards me, so it's between us and them, and maybe try and cover us with a few more barbecues just to hide the fact we're there.
Okay. You're not going to be stealthy, I think, when you're doing all of that work and gathering barbecues into a
Well, I
pile.
mean, if we're falling, I'm hoping they won't probably see us if they rush past.
Well, it's a case of you were gathering the cover up.
Or just pulling a few down, not
running
around picking them up. Just if there's a few there, just pull a few more over.
Okay, I'll give you a couple. Go on, I'll let you have it. So you're hid behind a large pile of barbecues. Xerxes, you're hid behind one barbecue and you're taking pot shots. Have you been rolling some dice for me?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, the mute's up here.
The hairy-legged men land on the back of the crocodile, and
it takes time to roll 6 rolls, but I hit all 6.
You hit on all 6. You down 3 of them, but the other 17 start running down the crocodile away from you.
I'm assuming they upsell down on ropes rather than some other Australian stereotype.
And those are still. There's only so many stereotypes I can think of when I'm having to go off piste. Right? You also notice out the side of the crocodile, climbing down the tail of the Rue City, are another group of men, and they are carrying metal buckets, so they're climbing one-handed.
Okay. I point at the ropes left dangling from the pouch and say, okay, there we go, bingo.
Okay, let's go. If we can, I'll write Lord Percy up on his barbecue and start trundling over with him.
Okay.
What should we do? We tie 2 ropes to either side, and if we climb up, we can pull him up on the barbecue?
Yep. Or we could just pull him up without the barbecue, because that would be considerably lighter.
Okay. Yes, yeah. I wrote round him. A bit undignified for you, Lord Percy, but probably the best way we can get you up.
As you're climbing up, which will take you a little while to climb up there, the hairy-legged men heading down the back of the crocodile, as they get to the back legs, they slide down the side, and as far as you can tell, actually, no, you actually hear it on your speaker from Lord Botherington Smythe. And now, the hairy-legged men are advancing up our anal cavity. Good grief. Right. Form a barbecue wall.
It's all about barbecues with this lot.
And meanwhile, the guys that are climbing down the kangaroo's tail, they start running towards the mouth of the crocodile, carrying their buckets.
So what I want to know is, are the guys who are trying to get into its anal cavity using their full arsenal? Someone got the reference.
I got the reference. I'm just choosing not to react. I feel it's the best way not to encourage that kind of behavior.
And you discouraged it when?
Right, where were we? Okay. You're heading for the pouch.
Yes.
Yes.
I've never dissected a kangaroo. I've no idea if you can get from the pouch to inside the kangaroo.
I'm assuming no, but it's a city, so surely, especially the hairy men can come out.
Yeah, they came out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And if not, we can always blow a hole in it or something.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to. Right, so you climb into the pouch and then slide down the side of the pouch. It is oily, gunky and horrible, and a bit moist, and a little bit too much like an organ.
Oh, I was
Oh,
expecting this to be all metallic and city-like, but no.
Are we going to be better off here, or does it seem like at the moment this is very, very icky?
Is it lit in here? Is it dark?
Oh yeah, there's street lighting, as it were, against the tummy.
Oh.
Well, we could probably just say this suit is ruined now.
I have worn this outfit for so long. Okay.
I think it's fair to say that all of you have a looking good of 0 right now.
I can't even go back to London to get a new one. Savile Row's gone. We blew it up.
Okay, so what can we see?
Well, you can see a oily, sinewy slope, but despite the fact that this is kind of, it's still mechanical. This thing, it's just they seem to have somehow decided the right thing to do in this pouch was to make it as realistic as they could, using industrial grinders and oil and stuff, but there are molded bits of what you realize is plastic designed to look like cartilage, and I don't know what's in a kangaroo's pouch. I mean, not Australian. I check people.
Ronnie.
It's at the bottom, I believe.
Yes.
So
what is Lord wearing, Ronnie?
I don't think I've actually. I'm still in the. At this moment, I'm probably still in my Dashwood's suit, which means I'm as good as dead when I get out of here, because it's now a complete mess.
Okay. I unbutton your jacket and place it on the stomach, if you will, with intent to slide down. And if Augustus gives me a funny look, I say, well, I'm not ruining my clothes anymore.
Yes, well, everyone needs a good suit, but well, we're going to need I don't know, decontaminating to get rid of this.
you slide down. You are all now covered in oil and stuff. It's unavoidable. You get to the bottom, and at the bottom is a door.
Makes me wonder how on earth the hairy men got up there in the first place. And I open the door.
You go to you realise there's no handle on this door.
Oh,
Would I be able to use pre-science at this stage? Or prescience, I keep saying that wrong.
Yes, yeah, knock off your telepathic points. How much prescience are you using?
Probably all 5.
Okay. After a moment of searching, you see a button in amongst the sinewy recesses. It's kind of yucky and like it looks like it's never ever been cleaned. This whole bit that you stood on, it's like the last person here was probably most likely when it was built.
Okay.
Button is marked with a letter U.
I get out my shotgun and I push the button with the shotgun.
Okay. The end of your shotgun is oily. The button lights up. You hear a ding sound. And then the doors open to reveal a mirrored room about 8 foot by 8 foot. The walls are just made of mirror.
Good. It's a lot cleaner in there.
You know, I'm kind of missing the drawings of the control room because at least that had some kind of comprehensiveness to it. This is too cryptic for me.
As the doors open, though, the air that comes out of it's a little bit stale. The floor is quite dusty.
Okay.
And it's just mirrored walls. Not that
Yeah.
I'm awake at this point, but
Yeah, you're not sure what's on the wall that you're on because you haven't entered.
What's the floor like? I know you said it's dusty, but
The floor looks like, well, if you put your foot on it and scrape some dust away, you can see it. And what you see is that it's some kind of very rotten carpet.
I sort of tests the buoyancy of the carpet.
Yeah, underneath it's metal, and it doesn't appear to have rusted or anything, so you think it'll hold your weight.
Okay.
We better go in. Don't think we're going to climb back up there.
No. All right.
Okay.
Drag Lord Percival in as well.
You enter the room. On the wall behind you is a panel with with 2 buttons. One is marked U, one is marked D.
Down under.
or up and down.
And down.
Yeah, but remember,
It's
we're
an
in
elevator.
Australia. It'll be upside down. So down will be up will be down.
No. I've got racist characters in the game, but I'm not racist.
It must be a lift.
Yeah, huge lift. All right, well, let's try the non-racist way. Shall we go up?
Let's go up. He says, completely unconscious. Sorry.
You press the U
Up is the
button.
way I choose.
Yes.
The doors close and you feel the lift rising. Ding! And they open to reveal the top of the pouch. I'm so sorry.
Is there another door? He says, looking down.
You don't see one.
Mind you, if the
Look.
doors.
Let's go down.
Okay.
Okay. You press the D button. Ding. Feel the lift lowering. Ding. You're back at the bottom of the pouch.
Yes. So go down again.
Ah. Ding. Ding. Doesn't move.
Oh.
And I'm not
This is a
picking anything
totally-
up with my prescience.
Totally pointless lift.
Yes. There is definitely a sound of footsteps beyond the walls.
I get out my black cougars and shoot a couple of the mirrors.
Okay, you shoot the mirrors and they just shatter instantly, and it becomes apparent that the walls of this lift were a one-way mirror. What you are presented with is a bunch of very hairy men holding cans of Fosters who, on the moment you fire shots, they just look at their Fosters, look at you, and chuck them at your heads.
Dive, dive, dive!
Let's have reflexes plus it'll be athletics, I guess, again. as you try to get out the way of the majority of them.
Made it by 1.
Okay, so Xerxes, you take 1 hit point of damage.
I'm still down.
Really? You had 1 left this whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, it strikes you on the temple, and down you go. Augustus, you are kind of alone, facing a group of hairy-legged men.
I'll just look as Xerxes falls to the ground and say, perfect. Right, come on then, you chaps, get the kettle on. And I'll point at them.
God damn. I think he's English.
Yes.
That's not my best Australian accent. Let me just find it again. No, don't know what accent that is. Fuck it. I'll do whatever the hell this accent is. No, that's
Redneck.
God damn it. Find my accent. It just left me. Where did it go? I'm gonna
Take a moment, take a moment. Deep breath.
G'day, mate. Is that helping?
Oh yeah, no, that's right. If you say something stereotypically racist, that does help. G'day, mate.
My accent was good.
Right. I think I've got it again. Okay. I think it's English.
Yes, that's correct. We're English.
Yeah, well, Queen's dead long ago, so screw you.
Actually, you're wrong.
What?
The Queen is not dead. The Queen is on the Clock City, and it's up to you guys to rescue her. It's vitally important.
Wait. He's shitting us.
I
Just at that moment, on your speaker, you hear Lord Botherington Smythe go, "Oh my God, she's a work of art. The perfect death machine. Oh, this fight could be saved yet. Who knew? It's not 100 men we needed. It's 1 angry woman."
Yes. The Queen is on the Croc Town, and you need to rescue her.
That sounds like baloney to me. If I knew what baloney was.
Yes, indeed. But it could be an American thing, or possibly Italian. I'm not sure either. But I promise you, the Queen is alive. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Prove it.
There will be the Queen. The Princess is still alive. And
you know what? You know what? Look, let's put this into a role, because if we role play this out, there is no way you will ever succeed.
Okay.
So let's do it as a dice roll, because if you try and tell him the truth, so
it never works.
There's lying and acting. There's no, isn't there a kind of well, there's psychology.
Psychology's for perceiving what other people are doing.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to read them a bit in order to give them the information they want, don't you? But so let's say lying and acting plus presence.
Lying, acting plus presence. Good choice. Thank you. Which is a pass by 2.
Loop.
Well, I think we should at least allow the guy to provide physical evidence before we drown him in Foster's.
That's a hideous fate for anybody. But physical evidence. Physical evidence. Do we have anything of the Queen's? Oh, you're out. Well, I can take you over to see the Queen. Do you know what the Queen looks like?
Nah.
Have you got a stamp?
I mean, you realise the last royal was King George the Second or some shit like that.
Well, we've got a second for you. What about Elizabeth II?
There was only one Elizabeth, mate.
No. Two.
Nah, there was only one.
2.
definitely only one.
Can you count?
Yeah.
Go on then.
1, 2, dickhead.
There you go. There was 2.
No.
There's the first one and the second one.
What second one?
Queen Elizabeth II.
There was no second Elizabeth.
Oh, damn it. I suppose it was. We took her at the timeline, didn't we?
Yes.
All right, forget that. Well, if you go over there, there is a queen, I promise you. She had a scepter thing and a tiara and everything.
I suppose he does count as... So the question has been asked in chat. Does Jason Hitler count as royal? And I suppose he would, but not... Germany never colonialized Australia. So... but I think left him in England, actually.
We did.
We just heard the news. Our men are running back. Apparently, they're scared of some broad. Sorry, Sheila.
Oh, that'll be the queen.
Broad.
You've upset her already.
We got what, sorry?
You've upset her already.
Well, I just can't see where this is going to go anywhere positive. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick to our original plan, because the only people that are running away are at the anal cavity. The men going through the tonsils, they got through. That sounded a little American. Fuck. Good day, mate. They sounded quite American. Fuck's sake. Gonna get some wine for the sheeters on the barbie tonight. Shit, it's Cockney. There's gonna be a shortage of Australian NPCs shortly, because I need to kill them all off into an accent I can hold for a longer period of time. Right. Oh, hello, person with a name I can't read. Samar. Something Samar. Hi. Right. Oh, that reminds me, there's something I need to do. I need to promote Lord Morbius on this channel. Ta-da! There you go. Have a crown, Lord Morbius. Right. Where the hell was I? Right. I don't see this ending anywhere. But right. Look, you say you got a queen. You might be right. Who knows? Point is, we rule ourselves. I'm the king here.
Not for much longer. When that queen gets you, you'll be in big trouble. She's your first problem.
Yeah, well, ain't gonna matter for Toffee, because your Crocktown's not gonna be there no more.
Don't worry me, it's not our Crocktown. You can take it away.
Yeah, well, you idiots shouldn't have left the bloody city if you wanted to keep it, which apparently you didn't.
We were trying to come over here. We want to defect.
Why would we take defectors? They run away.
Only to the better place. And apparently this is it for Australia. Crocktown and Brewtown.
Well, no. It's also Wallaby Village. I mean, come on.
Does that move at all?
Well, of course it does.
Oh, okay. Wallaby Village. I take it that's somewhat smaller.
Well, yeah. Except the year that we had to measure it on eye size.
Yeah, you guys need to get that ironed out. But we've heard that Rewtown's the best.
Yeah, it's actually a city. This is Roo City because we're the biggest, so we're a city.
Oh, that's not what they told us over there. They told us it was Rewtown, and
no, that was 2 years ago.
They were much bigger.
That was 2 years ago when we did it on length.
Apparently, they barbecue better as well.
You fucking what?
They said that they barbecue better than you, and that's why you were throwing all your barbecues at them because you were crap at it.
You wake up 3 days later having been punched in the head. Well, next morning. You all got 1 hit point, and you're back in a prison cell. Lord, your leg has now generated down to the knee, so you've got a little foot on the end of a knee.
Yay!
You were all on 1 hit point. It's the next morning.
I had those 9 hit points for a really long time now.
Oh, why do I smell Foster's?
There are 3 people facing the cell from the other side of the cages, with their arms crossed.
Are we back in Croc?
Smell myself and sort of look at Xerxes and say, just be glad you smell of Foster's.
Okay.
My God, it's rank in here, says Princess Elizabeth, future queen. Either side of her is a man that you spoke to before and a woman.
Ah, Your Majesty. Good to see you again.
Oh, yes. My subjects.
Loyal.
You're loyal.
Really? Because I heard from a number of witnesses that you ran away.
No. Knowing that you were incarcerated.
What?
Yes. It's a big word.
No. I know the word. I was not incarcerated.
Well, we believed that you were in mortal danger. So we, loyal servants that we are, decided to get help for you. And we were on our way back when you turned up.
No, look, there's no point lying to me. I could see straight through it.
Only because I've got a bullet wound.
Right, so you ran away. So you're not exactly loyal. I just tried to find if there's a reason to keep you alive.
Well, we were leading the assault. Even one-legged, like Lord Percival was one-legged, charging towards the enemy.
We do best. We infiltrated. We got into their pouch. We got into the epicenter of their town.
Right, infiltrators. I may have a mission for you.
That's what we're good at, missions.
Yes.
Preferably in better condition than we are right now.
You see, it's come to my attention that I no longer rule the entire fucking world. And I want to. So, what I want... What?
You want us to get you ruling the world again?
Oh no, I'm going to do that myself now that I've conquered Australia. You missed all the fun. Unfortunately, Crocodile has died. There was a nuclear explosion. 14 nuclear reactors that you failed to defend. There were tens of thousands of casualties. It is all on you. So you have a huge debt to society now.
Of course it's all on us, and it's like we did it in our sleep.
And all we want to do a bloody tea shop.
Well, that's what I'd like you to get for me, you see, because I'm now ruling this country, and there's no bloody tea.
You want tea?
Yes.
Right.
Earl Grey.
You are the same person that we left here.
Yes.
And only now you want tea.
Yes.
So all that time when we were with Hitler and saving you from Buckingham Palace and getting your leg healed up, you never once thought, oh, I just fancy some tea.
Well, You have to realize we were constantly moving. Now I've found my throne.
Uh, 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 uh,
You see, now I have a country to rule, but it's not enough and it's too small. I want the empire that I was promised. So I'm going to conquer the world.
When you say tea, do you actually mean India then?
Well, yes.
Of course.
I'm going to get you tea.
What I would like you to do is establish a number of platforms in the sea between here and Asia so that we can hop across. Because the crocodile could swim, but the kangaroo can't.
And how exactly are we going to build platforms across the ocean?
I thought you did this kind of thing.
We make tea.
You flew back in time. You moved forward in time. You went to the moon. You blew up London. I mean, it seems to me you do very special things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
building
Making tea.
one of them.
Well, it needs to be, or I'm going to kill you. Huh.
Okay.
And just to be clear, when I say I'm going to kill you, I actually mean I'm going to kill you.
I think we need to get her tea.
Yes,
And
and then
so-
get me tea. Platforms
and
and tea.
And into my smeaker, I'm going to say, preferably laced with some arsenic.
And cyanide.
And rat poison.
And whatever else we can find.
And possibly some sperm.
That's an insult to the sperm.
She pulls her hair back and shows you that she's wearing Lord Botherington's smeaker.
Oh, bollocks.
Well done, chaps.
So, tea and platforms.
Tea and platform. Well, you know the best tea in the world is Dashwood, so
Well, that will do. And if you're successful, I will make you my... Oh, what should we call them? My lieutenants.
It will be an honor
You'll each
and a
get to rule
privilege.
a continent.
That's pretty sweet, as long as it's not a wasteland.
Quite frankly, I think the closest we're going to get to this whole thing is being incontinent. But we will get you your tea. We will organize these platforms.
Remember, I'll be listening. And if you let me down, I'm going to send Jason and Kylie here after you.
well, I think we all need a cup of tea to sit down and think about this one.
Suddenly, I'm seeing them just the way they are.
Oh, God.
I couldn't resist that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We forgive you.
It was especially for you. Um,
Your Highness, could we possibly get a bit of first aid we can't exactly build platforms and do all the other obscene tasks you want us to do in this state.
Yes, but before I do, I've just got to be certain. I want to look you in your eyes. No, they're Kylie songs.
Oh.
I know the especially for you thing because it was the two of them. I know suddenly because I actually bought the single.
The way I see it, better the devil you know.
Oh God, no, that
Don't
one
know
I do
you.
know.
So, even on a night like this.
Oh, this reminds me of another game we played that one time.
Getting the song titles in, yeah, that's great. That was.
Right. Moving on the other side. Platforms and tea. Oh, we'll get you healed up.
In any particular order, Your Majesty?
Well, get me the platform and I'll send the kangaroo over and conquer India, or get me some tea so I'm less fucking cranky and don't kill you. Which would you prefer? I don't mind.
Tea, definitely.
Okay, to conquer the
get
world,
tea.
starting with tea.
Tea.
Okay.
Apparently, you're the experts.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Then make it happen.
We shall make it so.
Yes, Mom.
Good. You get healed up. And there's some downtime. In fact, there's enough downtime to take a brief break so I can get a drink because this room is so hot.
Yeah, it is.
How many points are we getting back?
You'll be back to full by the time you're sent off.
Oh, thank God for that.
Okay. I'll be. We're taking a short break. We're going to come back with drinks and having had cigarettes so I don't kill you. And, you know, that kind of stuff. 5 minutes or so. Ta-da! Thing. Burr.
Berber.
Burr. Be like that. I'm being down with the kids, yo. Like, seriously. You're asking too much from me. Oh, he's gone. And back. What happens when the players just go completely the opposite direction to what I have planned?
Well,
But not unlike last time at all.
that happens.
Last time was I didn't really have a plan, but I knew what I was doing, and This time I planned something, and you just immediately went off piste, so I had to think on the fly. So ho hum.
Like
Not to
that's
worry.
never happened before.
Well, no, I mean, I've done whole campaigns where I knew my world well enough to just do whatever you did, it was fine. I don't think I'm quite at that stage with Corporation. I have to kind of think about it a bit. But, no, we've had other bits in between, and things happening. And
It's been an
Racist.
experience tonight.
It's definitely been racist to Australia.
Experience.
Right.
We've just been, I think over the last 10 sessions, we've just been narrowing your possible pool of viewership, one continent at a time.
Yep. We have not touched South Africa. Well, not touched Africa. No, we have. I'm sorry, we have. I've not touched South America. We haven't pissed off the Chinese yet.
Yeah, I noticed that you used the word yet.
Working on it. We're only 10 sessions in. Got to do a thorough job before you move on. Right. Okay. So over the next few days, you find yourself, you're able to move around the prison area, but you're not given free run of the kangaroo. The prison is a lot nicer than Crocton. For a start, the walls are painted, and some of them are plasterboard and stuff instead of being just bare metal and very Mad Maxy. You come across people that you wouldn't call it smartly dressed, because apparently the only thing they have for clothing here is extremely hairy legs, but they are combed, some of them. So probably office workers.
Wait, what do you mean combed?
Their leg hair is combed and brushed and,
Oh,
styled.
combed. I thought you meant cone, as in the shape of a cone.
That would be weird.
Like a cone of hair. Almost a bit like a skirt or something.
No, combed or brushed, if you like.
Mhm.
Yes, these are apparently the smart ones. And you're allowed some time to recuperate, and you are not given fresh clothes. These people don't really do clothes, so you've just got what you had. And then when you're all sort of recovered and healthy, and you notice actually the ride is fine. You never notice the hopping from inside the city. And then in comes Kylie. G'day.
Yeah, hello.
So, Her Majesty has said you can get off here, just follow the road into Sydney, and you'll be able to get back to the continent where you're going. And she also said, bring me some fucking tea, or I'll kill them slowly and painfully.
Yeah, we get it. Oh, thank God we're in this civilization. Oh,
Don't
I
worry.
wouldn't say that.
please
Prince
can we get
Sydney.
new suits? Please can we get new suits? Please can we get new suits?
Don't
Yeah, it's
don't worry
weird
when it
that how you
comes.
guys wear that stuff on you, wearing all those animals. You're supposed to fucking eat them.
When it comes to the Queen's commandments, we just can't get it out of our head.
Yeah. Now,
It's just spinning around there, slow.
look, I've got to be honest. She seems pretty fixated on the tea. But thing is, what you need to know about Sydney, it doesn't move. Place just stays there. It's really weird.
Oh yes, how bizarre. Okay, so we can get to where we're going on Sydney, or from Sydney then.
Yeah, one of those things you just said sounded about right.
Good. Tea it is. Tea and platforms.
Yes.
If you get a tea, she'll probably be happy. But the thing is, if you don't get a tea, I don't think she'll rest till you're dead.
Very comforting. Thank you.
And she went through so many of us. I don't know how to say this. She's a war machine. So if you could possibly not come back so she goes after you, that'd be great.
Oh, I see.
You don't want her back. I'm afraid she's yours now.
So you're going to come back with tea, are you?
We're going to come back with tea. Of course we're going to come back with tea. We take tea extremely seriously, old chap.
Yeah.
You do. But for now, move out of my way.
Yeah, it's about time you got out of here. Well, did you want to go back out the pouch? I mean, we don't use that entrance often, except for
No, let's use the standard exit.
Okay,
I really
out
wish I
through
had.
the anal cavity then.
Yeah,
Right.
the minute I said that, I knew that's where we're going. I just.
Oh, your leg's grown back. That's nice.
It's a trifling, yes, but we're getting there.
No, it's there, look. Shame you only got one shoe. But
Yeah, well, that's what Sydney's for.
right. Well, I bet you best get going then.
Yeah, as I said,
Yeah.
move out of my way.
Okay.
Right, you head off through the anal cavity. It is moist. You climb. Sorry, tickled me in a way it shouldn't have. Then you climb down the tail, and sure enough, you're on a road, and you can see Sydney Opera House in the distance. Because of course, this is stereotype Australia. There's nothing else there. It's just a big fucking opera house.
But I'm assuming there's like water. Is the water still there?
Yeah, it's the opera house is on the harbour front. Though there's no harbour really, it's just the opera house.
In that case, when we get close enough, I sprint towards the harbour and do a very elaborate dive in. I don't care if it's dirty, it's less dirty than we are now.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Probably is, yes.
Okay. There is a notable decrease in stench. And you emerge. Your tattered, disgusting clothes are now dripping wet and clinging to you. Those of you who still have one or two of your shoes have wet shoes. And there you are. Sydney Opera House is right there. Nobody outside.
It's a tad deserted. Where are all the tourists?
Maybe
Weird blows in
Rouge
front of
scared
you.
them away.
Perhaps we should see if anyone's in the opera house then.
Why? You don't get clothes and food in opera houses. Well, I suppose you might get food, but extortionate prices.
Well, it's going to be burnt again as well, isn't it?
Then again, and I sort of look around, is there much else apart from the opera house?
No, it's just the bay but the whatever buildings were here have long since gone, and there's trees around and shrubs, but interestingly, nature hasn't fully reclaimed this area, and you can still see the old grid pattern in the ground of what used to be roads and stuff.
I think the Opera House has become an underground market.
Yeah. I was going to say there's not really much else here.
I think we've got an indoor market. Going to go in there, and it's going. Either it's going to be full of high-rise and wonderful shops, or it's going to be a load of park benches and stalls.
Well, it's Sydney Opera House. It's going to be a big market.
Wow, you thought we were bad. You should see what Lord Morbius has put in the chat.
Yep. I've been looking and not acknowledging.
Yeah. Okay.
Has he said anything after the only female ruse?
Yes.
Because that's the
of
last
course
thing
it's-
I can see.
Yeah. Okay. At some point that'll scroll up. I'd advise you to try not to think about it too much if you get to read the rest of it. Right. You approach Sydney Opera House. There is a what have I got? A ticket booth on the side, and then there's the steps leading up. I've never been there. I don't know what the place is like. I'm just going to make it up. There's some white steps leading up to some glass doors. There is a person in a uniform, a little hat on at the ticket booth.
We would like to come in.
I see. You've dressed for the occasion. Oh, hang on. I'm going to try and do an Australian accent. Good day, mate. Good day, mate. Sheila's at the barbecue. Right. You would like to... Oh, You'd like to win. I see you dressed up nicely for the occasion. Don't get many that dress up for the opera. You kind of have to give something to enter, though. You know.
Money.
Well, suppose we might find use for that at some point.
You don't take money.
That's not that we don't take it. Where are we going to spend it?
At the opera?
I'd prefer to have your guns, but I'm guessing you won't part with those.
Actually, take this, and I give him my shotgun.
Ah, sweet. Ha, there's a shot in it as well. All right, then. In you go. It closes his hatch. A few moments later, you hear a loud bang.
Do you want to go and get your gun back?
Yeah.
You enter the foyer. As you enter, you are greeted by... Hello! Welcome to the Opera House!
I bet you don't even know what opera you're from.
Good grief. It's an opera house. Why would we perform operas? My name is Oprah.
Of course it is.
Oh,
This is my house.
I bet you've written books as well.
What?
I bet you've written books and passed them off as really good work. Oprah Winfrey has written loads of books.
Oh. Who's she? I just like to sing.
Yeah, please don't. What is this place? What has it become?
It's my house.
Yes, I know it's your house, but why is it the only building that's still standing in Sydney?
Oh, well, This is Sydney, darling. Won't you come in? You've paid an entrance fee. My husband is delighted with his new toy.
And who might that be?
What?
Who's your husband?
He works the ticket booth.
Well, you know what they say. It's never over till the fat lady sings. Clearly, she sang.
And that was me thinking it'd be Crocodile Dundee or something simple like that, but no, of course.
The ticket guy. The shop.
Ticket guy. Yeah, he. I've heard he does also love his new toy, and I kind of shoved my shotgun away.
No, you handed over the shotgun.
Yeah, but we said I would go back and get it.
He closed the booth window. I'm sorry, you've now entered the opera house.
Oh, so we was thinking that when he fired it, he shot himself.
No, no.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm sorry, poor description on my part.
Clog full of oil. I was expecting it to not work or something.
No, he shot something.
Okay.
So you're in the foyer of the opera house. There are toilets. Of course, being a public building, for some reason they are gender segregated toilets in such places. And you have a big poster frames that are long since empty, but you can see, there's a corner of a poster on one that was clearly once promoting some kind of opera or something. There are stairs leading up and around and away from the sides. They kind of go up in a curve, and there's a number of sort of passageways and doors off of this foyer. Stacked to the side, there's an old security scanner that's just been pushed out of the way of the doors. And before you is, of course, this singing mad woman.
Have you got any food?
Of course! One does not get to be this large without food. And of course, I'm this large so that I sound better when I sing.
I'm sure that's not how it works, but okay.
Yes, let's go get you fed. You are obviously tired, stragglers, but you paid a lot of money, so... Oh, you paid with a gun. He loves it. Come on through. Come on through. Enter my eating orium. And she opens the big doors at the opposite end of the foyer and leads you through to what was once the opera house part itself and is now a gigantic dining room table with a stage at the end.
Ooh.
Really hope that we don't get served any more fingers or rotten ostriches or...
Now, I'm afraid I didn't have food prepared, but I can cook. I'm a good cook.
I just wanted to ask, as we are as we are used to fine dining, I don't suppose you have any napkins
or tea.
Possibly. I would have to check the pantry.
Oh, I would very much like some nice napkins and obviously some lovely tea.
Now, you are quite small, so I assume you don't need to eat very much.
Just enough.
Good. And she wanders off, and you're left there in the auditorium alone for a few minutes. Do you want to do anything at this time?
Yeah, I'm looking for any piece of paper.
In the auditorium, no. or eatatorium, as she called it, I think. Nothing in there. But if you were to voyage out of the room, I mean, you just passed a bit poster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab the poster.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a corner of poster about so big.
Yeah. I should have my pen with me. Standard operating procedure to have a pen.
Sure, I've not got a problem with that.
Right. Turn. So I'm writing on the back of the poster. This is what I'm going to say it, but this is what I'm writing. You do realise we were given clear instructions that she can't leave Australia. We either have to sabotage this platform thing, or we're gonna have to kill her. Because if we let her leave Australia, we are dead ducks. Dashwoods gave us very clear instructions. She has to stay.
I take the pen and I write, leave the tea in India so she can go to it. Once out at sea, boom.
I like that plan.
I'll take the pen and what the hell are we going to use for platforms?
Rubber dinghies, I don't care as long as they don't hold her.
I start thinking and put, we could try large boats.
Mm-hmm. We could rig one to explode.
Yep.
It wouldn't have to do too much damage either, as long as it did enough so that it couldn't continue to move.
You become aware that the husband is apparently in the eatatorium with his shotgun over his shoulder.
So you like it, apparently.
Yeah, talking to me?
Yes?
Ah,
I
right.
gave you the shotgun. Your wife says you love it.
Yeah, I do. It's great. It's great. I'm just gonna take the house out into the harbour a bit for lunch. I just like the feel of the waves.
Oh.
And he just walks past you.
I just go at the other two.
How are you going to do that? I'd be very interested to see that.
Smeg. Well, you don't see it, you feel it, he calls back as he heads up onto the stage and then sort of walks through the curtain.
I say, I sort of put my hand out as if to sort of calm people down and go, let's enjoy some lunch first. I fancy a bit of decorum for a change.
Yes. It would be nice to get back to some civilization.
Oh, yes.
Before food is served, you hear some... it's not so much a bang as a clank. And there's a couple of them. And the ground kind of wobbles a little bit. And then you realise there's a slight rocking sensation.
Oh, yeah, that's the feeling thing he described. Ooh. That's strange.
Has he come back in yet? Or is he still...
No. You're left there for some time, so if you want to do anything, you can.
Is there a cutlery already set out on the table?
There's no cutlery on the table at this. Well, I suppose, look, it's a big dinner table the size of an opera house. There'll be some cutlery on it somewhere.
Okay. So there's any laid out, we'll start arranging it correctly.
Okay. Some of it's dirty, you notice.
Oh, polish that.
The auditorium, presumably because it's an opera auditorium, there's like the main stage, orchestra pit, bits where the lighting goes and works.
Yeah, and balconies and all sorts.
Okay. In that case, I sort of pick myself up and go, well, food is taking ages. So I'm going to take a little walk.
Okay. Where do you walk to?
I walk in the direction where I saw the shotgun man, I'm going to call him.
He went through the curtain behind the stage.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be near the stage. So
Okay. As you go through the curtain, you see on the far side, you are apparently out at sea. There's a big window and control panels that look very advanced and high-tech. And he's operating them with the shotgun down on the table beside him. And it's like the opera house is a big boat, but a really high-tech one.
wow, so we're going quite fast. Where are we? What's our position?
We're just in the middle of the bay. Just going to park it up here, drop anchor, and enjoy dinner at sea. I like to eat at sea. The missus doesn't know this, but if I ate everything she makes me eat, I'd have died long ago. So I kind of have to, you know.
What, as in the food tastes bad?
Nah, food's lovely. She just makes me eat a lot of it. She wants to develop my voice. So,
Yeah, I'm still sure that's not how it works. In fact, I've heard that milk is quite bad for the voice.
yeah, well, look. She is who she is, and I love her dearly. But she has this dream of us singing a duet, and she seems to think that she needs to fatten me up to do it. And I can't handle that. I can't consume everything she makes me eat. So I like to come out to the bay, because then I don't keep my food down.
Well, she sounds like the type of woman that you've got to keep happy.
Ah, she's lovely. Don't get me wrong. I adore her.
Yes. I nearly said something like, but she's kind of forcing you to an abusive relationship, but I refrain from saying such a thing. In that case, before food is called, I am going to nip back onto the stage and see if, well, this Oprah woman who's dressed like friggin' Brunhilde, she must surely have something like a large trident or spear or whatever it is that she has.
Yeah, you find stage props.
Yeah, okay.
They are just badly made stage props, though.
So they're not sort of fairly realistic or anything like that.
I know, it's Amdram at best.
I'm trying my best. Okay. Just an idea to bear in mind in case things get ugly. But okay. I head back to the table then and wait for food.
Okay. She eventually comes out carrying over her shoulder a cooked but not skinned kangaroo. And she hoists it onto the table. Ha! There we go. Tuck in. And she wanders back.
Excuse me, Oprah, have you not got any sauce?
Oh, with the fourth course, I was going to do some sauce.
Well, as I said, just enough. So, can we have the sauce now?
Oh. All right, I'll go check the oyster pit. And she wanders off.
So I take the knife that I have, and cutlery, and I start writing in the kangaroo because presumably we're starting to run out of room on the paper. And I say, okay, so we just need to get the boat out far enough into the Indian Ocean, and we're set.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I start eating those bits.
There's a bit of a wobble on the boat, like you've been struck by quite a large wave.
Oh, Captain, is everything all right?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure.
Because you said this boat is big, so whatever we hit just now is also big.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't see anything.
Oh, I really hope it's not an underwater city that's like a manta ray or something.
But that would be ridiculous.
Oh, no.
From what we've seen, no, it wouldn't. No.
Well, I know Australia's a quirky place, but come on, underwater cities?
We've
Given
seen-
everything,
we've seen-
and considering the possible influence of something like Finding Nemo, I'm half expecting any underwater city to be a turtle.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll hit the sonar and see if there's anything out there. Bing! There's nothing.
Oh,
Then what the fuck did we hit? A wave?
Well, I didn't see any rough water.
What else could it be? You're the captain. You must have some sort of experience.
All I do is potter out into the middle of the bay and back again. I mean, frankly, it was a chance encounter for me. I'm from Wallaby Hill originally. I met Oprah a few years back, and well, she's quite a forceful woman. She took this place. The bodies are still in the basement, and we've been here ever since.
Did you not think to toss them over, give them a proper burial?
Well, I thought, it might prove useful one day. We've got a lot of rooms here.
Have you got any method of getting onto the deck?
Well, it's more of a roof, really.
Okay then, can we get to the roof?
Well, I don't know. You could try climbing up.
So there's not like a balcony or anything like that where you can catch the sea breeze and...
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really like it upstairs. I prefer it in the basement near my friends.
Well, there goes all sort of plans to spare him. Okay, well...
I like to feed
pleased.
them with some of my food. They when it comes up.
Yeah, I'm sure they love that.
They do. They love it.
How many of them are there?
Well, there was 4 originally, but there's 8 now. 4 little ones running around.
I thought you said they were dead bodies.
Ah, yeah, sorry. One of them was pregnant, spurted out some little sprogs. They grew up, and, well, now they got 4 more.
Oh. So, why then is the gun to kind of keep them at bay?
What? Why'd we do that? They're very advanced civilization. Very reasonable things.
Oprah, do you have any alcohol? Or something strong?
Well,
Painkillers would do.
how far could this opera house go then, do you think? You say they're going to take it into the bay, but it seems to be fairly big.
Ah, well, I would guess. I mean, I don't know what planet they came from, so I don't know.
Planet.
Yeah.
Bastag, maybe. Point is, this boat is not going to its full potential.
Oh, hell no. I barely know how to move the thing.
Well, we are trained in the art of tea making, and therefore that makes us super good at naval type vehicles.
Well, yeah, but this is alien technology, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the point. Now you mention it, it is very, very advanced. So they can control it, you think?
What? No, they were just babies. They've never flown this at all.
But you've made it go. You've made it go forward, and you can make it go left and right.
No, I've not really got left and right down properly yet. But I can sort of sidestep.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we did get turned around a few years ago, but we managed to get turned back around. It took us a long time on the waves, and backwards and forwards trying to get it to turn like. But, you know, been working on it.
Would I be able to meet these friends of yours?
Ah, yeah, sure. After dinner. I don't want to go down without food.
Okay, after dinner. I can't bear to eat any more kangaroo, though.
You return. By the time you return to the table after spending some time talking to this guy, Opera has laid out about half this table full of food and has begun eating.
Is any of it not kangaroo?
Yeah, there's wallabies, there's koalas, there's crocodiles. They don't taste very nice. There's alligators that aren't really alligators. They're actually crocodiles. It's just that Australia calls them the wrong name. There's imported British sausages.
So it's not meat.
What? Darling, you're in Australia.
Everything's meat.
I'm not vegetarian, but I've eaten so much kangaroo that honestly I could just eat grapes for like maybe.
However, the good news is there's some food here that is not barbecued.
Maybe I could sort of cut the sausages into grapes, and that'll help a bit. And Xerxes actually starts weeping a little bit as he's having to eat more of this meat.
We're not celebrities, but get us out of here.
Crikey.
Right. You do have a meal. It is actually quite nice. She tries to encourage you to eat more than you can cope, and your agents, you can eat quite a lot. So you're kind of a little bit over full, but nothing too excessive. The husband is looking quite ill. Right. I'm just going to go and take a nap in the downstairs bedroom again, love. Oh, right you are. Oh, fuck knows what accent that is. And he sort of staggers off towards the side of the stage. And he, just as you, hey guys, do you want to come? I can show you some spare rooms.
Oh, a lie down would be nice.
Yeah, away from the heat.
And he takes you down into the bowels of the opera house. And when you get down there, there's he takes you into a special room, and what he does is he throws up into a bucket first, which is quite gross, and he pours that through an opening in the door that's been cut out, a bit like a letterbox, but it looks like it's been roughly cut. Pours that in. You hear the sound of voracious eating. And he goes, that should satisfy them, should be quite safe now. They won't attack because they've just been fed. And he opens the door. And before you are 4 about this high, and 4 about this high, little peachy, pinky, Caucasian-y type, what can only be described as aliens with little sucker ears and blonde hair. And they're all just kind of like lying on the floor with big fat bellies going. They've got little ear antenna things that are going off.
And they all have blonde hair.
They all
have blue eyes as well, do they?
You look. 2 of their eyes are indeed blue, but that's not the limit to the number of eyes they have.
Oh my God!
So yeah, the adults of these are about the same size as us. Apparently, they become pubescent about that height. That one there has popped the sprogs out. Judging by the rate of multiplication, I'd say they multiply quite quick, but Oprah would just deal with them if they get too big.
We have alien Aryan homunculus.
Ah, they prefer to be called surfers.
Surfers.
Ronnie got it.
Oh God, no!
I got it as well.
No!
I
just want to say, joke was signposted. I did not see the sign. Oh God!
Yeah. Anyway, I found that crappy American rock music seems to calm him down quite a lot. So I got an old tape here.
Did you play something by the Beach Boys?
Nah, Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh boy.
So, would any of us know anything about these things?
Ah, no, they're from another planet.
Yes, never seen anything like that before.
I am an expert, though, in the arts and culture.
Yeah, they're from another planet.
I go up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Yeah, dudes.
Look, I figure if we're going to listen to anything at all, it would be those great 2 peace leaders of our time, Bill S. Pressman Esquire and Ted Theodore Logan.
I say to Lord, kind of. I say to Lord sort of out loud so all the others can hear. Yeah, I hear they've got really awesome, crappy American rock music in India. Like, even better than this.
Bodacious.
Yeah, extremely bodacious.
I think it's yes. There's a lot there, I believe, quite cheaply.
Yeah, they've got loads of like vinyl records.
All right, we go. And they actually
at the same time.
Oh no! Says the ticket booth husband guy. No! I don't let them out the room. She'll kill them.
Well, we can just make her keep cooking.
The big woman. Death rate don't work. She is most bogus.
Don't worry, we will make her most tranquil before the trip.
if we can hide them behind the curtain, she might not see them if we can just keep her cooking, like you said.
Nothing mark on her.
I have a most excellent plan.
Awesome.
I'm just riffing about every Bill and Ted quote I can get away with at this point.
I had never seen that movie.
Both
So
of them,
embarrassing.
both of them are very good. The first one I actually prefer slightly, just because of the sheer silliness of it. And it's just Billy the kid turning around and saying "excellent," and him and Socrates playing American football while running for, and Socrates.
Joan of Arc leading the yoga class. Come on.
Joan of Arc leading the yoga class.
Oh, don't spoil it, guys. I haven't seen it.
Okay. No more.
No.
Can,
Look,
can
surely.
we deal with the big woman?
Well, I was gonna say, surely she sleeps at some point, especially if she eats so much.
Stockholm won't.
Or does she do singing practice? That can take hours.
That's how she kill us.
What, by singing at you?
We've got to go to India.
Yeah.
It's not only for the music, but for the water park.
We can't handle the sound she makes.
I don't think anyone could.
Bogus.
Because we all know the boys and the girls are doing it.
It's not even in 4/4 time.
I see. It is far too complicated for your ears to handle. Okay, well then we'll deal with her, and then you can go to India.
Excellent. We want to go to Goa.
I think you'll like it. It has many steps and temples. It is most bodacious.
Beach party. Bad doobie.
I'm running out of surface speak.
Okay.
We've got to remove her then.
Mm-hmm.
Stockholm won't let you.
Let us worry about the Valkyrie.
Stockholm protect her. Most bogus.
Who is the Stockholm?
What's that? I can't hear what you're saying over there. Fuck knows what accent. I went to American for some reason. Don't worry about it. Says the ticket booth husband guy.
I sort of lean in and go, is that Stockholm?
Stockholm.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Well, we'll do something. We'll work it out.
And he stood there with his shotgun over his shoulder still. What are you saying to him?
We're just talking about music and how brilliant it is being so bodacious and 4/4 time But we've kind of come to the end of the conversation and we need to freshen up. But thank you for showing us them. They're very fascinating creatures.
Push him in. Push him in. Close the door. She'll kill him if she sees him. All right.
Why did she like them?
Well, it's their shit. She has a natural gift that kills them with her voice. And the alien death ray didn't work on her. So
Alien death ray.
Yeah, the opera house has a death ray.
Of course it does. What, is that to stop terrorists?
No, it's for killing.
Same sort of
When
thing.
They came to Australia. They wanted the surf for themselves, so they deleted Sydney with their death ray. And everything was eviscerated except for Oprah.
So how come you're still here?
I'm from Wallabyville.
Oh, and then you moved here. Oh, I see. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, why don't we continue this at a better time? We need to freshen up.
He leads you to room. You freshen up. You're a bit short on clothes still, but you... no, I know what you can do. You can go to the costume prop section. You can, if you like, be dressed up as any opera character.
Okay, so other ones I know. Okay, there's Aeneas, who's a Trojan. Trojan. Or there's Tamino, who's a dashing Egyptian prince. I basically pick one of those two. I'll go for Aeneas because it's like Trojan and ripped chest and all that stuff.
Okay.
And a spear. Or something. Yeah, there's a scene where he comes back from a hunt and he's like speared a boar, so I thought it'd be quite...
Opera or musicals?
Opera.
Damn.
How about this? I say, picking out a nice Spanish costume, and it's basically Don Giovanni. So slightly frilly but smart and silky.
That'll do.
Okay.
And I then pick out for Augustus.
I don't really know any operas, so...
You find clothes. You look like you're trying to set a new fashion. You emerge back into the eatatorium, and Opera's there having finished the rest of the food on the table. Oh, you're back, and I see you're in the spirit of it now.
Oh, yes.
Well, I suppose we'd best go back to shore and drop you off. And time's up.
Time's up already? So quickly?
Well, it was a shotgun. It's food. A trip around the bay. Take us back, Stockholm. Yes, Oprah. I love you.
Did you ever go ashore?
Well, yes, we're going ashore now to drop you off.
Yeah, but I mean, do you ever leave the opera house?
Why? We have everything we want here.
Yes, it does seem pretty good.
So, we'll be dropping you off now. Just gotta wait to get to shore. He tries it so slow. Bless him. But, you know, he tries.
Oh, Opera, and I sort of clutch my stomach. I'm famished again.
Well, what do you have as payment?
Oh, you mean you can't just cook up a steak or two?
Shotgun. Meal. Done.
But I want to sing. I'm in the spirit. I'm in an opera costume. I want to sing. Aeneas has a beautiful aria in Act 2.
Oh. Okay. I'll go cook you something. And she wanders off to the kitchen.
I just want to say, can I just jump in just to say, Lord Morbius, yes, I did get the spear and magic helmet reference.
I will do it with my spear and magic helmet.
Spear and magic helmet.
Spear and magic helmet. Mid,
right? We need to. We can't do that thing with at least one rousing chorus of "Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the
Not
rabbit."
all opera is by Wagner, okay? I'm trying to expand your horizons a bit. Yeah. Okay. So I have a terrible spear prop. However, she surely has lots of kitchen utensils.
You also still have your sidearms, don't you?
Yes, that's true. But it seems because it's opera,
Oh, okay.
you know, it has to be with a blade of some kind, surely.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I sort of do that and kind of get down low in my really soft sandals because, you know, I'm a Trojan armor. So I sort of sneak towards the kitchen with the intent of using whatever's in there to cut her up.
Okay. You easily cut her open because it's getting a bit late and I don't want to do a boss fight right now. So
Okay.
You fluke out of that one, and I could have made it a big thing. It kind of should have been, but it's quite late. Oh my god. So you cut her open. She spills everywhere. Your sandals are wet with intestine.
Oh.
Stockholm's like, no, and he lowers his shotgun down to shoot you.
Right, I'll give him a shot.
And Ronnie shoots him in the back of the head, and he drops. The shotgun spins across the floor, turning around until it gets caught on the intestines and just thuds to a halt. There's a lot of intestine. And that's it. You've killed them.
Okay, time to get the little baby drivers to take us to the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Okay, you go down and you get the surfers. Oh, you kill the Oprah. Yay!
Yep, and there's plenty of intestines to eat with that. But for now, can you start driving the boat?
Yes, India, music and water parks.
I was born here. Never drove boat. Also, it's not boat, it's spaceship.
Sorry, spaceship. But
Warship for invasion of planet.
Okay, but like, sure, you can read things on it, and you can tell us how to do it.
We learned English from Stockholm.
This is bogus, man.
I know. Most bogus. Does that mean we got go-goer?
If you can't drive, yes.
Oh, man.
Can you not like do something really alien and like fuse your mind with the engine and drive it with your mind?
We'll learn it, and we'll take over the planet. Come on, guys.
I am pleased that they are super optimistic.
What they'll probably need. What they'll probably need is a cup of tea.
Good sing-song will do us good.
Okay. Good thing song.
Yeah, I'm thinking something by the Beach Boys. Radical. And we'll fade out there as the camera pans back and you see the Sydney Opera House jolting around in the harbour of Sydney Bay. And as the camera pans further back, you see on top of the Sydney Opera House, with a now somewhat buckled roof, is sitting a gigantic kangaroo.
I can almost hear the Beach Boys song. It would have to be the most obvious, ironic song that we could have at this moment. Wouldn't it be good if things were...
Yeah, that's what's playing. pounds right now. And credits roll, and will be continued next week. To be continued.
God.
GG.
Well, thank you for completely diverting that down a different direction to what I expected.
Very.
Oh,
Wow.
I have told people many times that the only thing standing between a GM and a perfectly good session are the players.
Literally, your first act took us off the session. It's like, oh, this thing I prepared you're not doing. Okay, we'll just make it up as we go along. It's only it's the most racist module ever. Just be racist, it'll work. It's only Australians, they can't get offended, they're white.
I love how you're saying this now after all the Hitler stuff. So, seriously.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he can't get offended. He's both dead and a bad guy.
Eh? Who? What?
Well,
Where?
that is true.
Yeah. What do they do? Get a written complaint from the Nazis? You offend us. I'll just.
There's only one way to. There's only one way to successfully insult. If you're insulting Nazis, it means you're doing something right.
Yeah. I'll just get the letter from the Nazis and I'll forward it on to the EDL.
I've just seen what Augustus was wearing. He's gone full kabuki.
I'm gonna bring it up on camera just briefly before we end the stream.
Full kabuki.
Only thing I could find my size in the hospital.
He looks like he's just about to go into a rousing rendition of Nessun Dorma.
Well, I'm just, yeah. Okay, with that.
Well, the reason being that the opera that Nessun Dorma comes from is Turandot, which is set in ancient China.
Okay. I thought it was about fried eggs and ham and beans and shit. I'm not cultured. Well, I got bacteria, if that counts. Okay. Gonna say goodbye now, guys. If you did watch through this weirdness of this session, then thank you for making it.
Well done.
And congratulations. I would try and promote myself and stuff, but I think at this point it's better I just lie about who I am. And we'll see you next week. Until then. Bye.
Bye.